Howdy everyone, Runt9 here, and welcome to Runt9 Looks at R.E.E.L, Reverse Engineering Electronic Laboratory. This is a game that I stumbled across on Steam that only has a demo out right now. It looks like the game is expected to be officially released in spring of 2021. Bring up the details here to give you a little bit more. But essentially my understanding is that this is a puzzle game that kind of teaches you about electronic circuitry, which I'm a huge IT nerd, but mostly on the software side. I'm not necessarily super keen on the underlying hardware stuff. And so when I saw this, it's like, I tend to enjoy certain types of puzzle games, and it looked like it would be my type of puzzle game. And so I thought it would be a good fit to kind of check out the demo, see if it's a type of game that you might be interested in, that might be a good fit for the channel in the future, and just see if it's a good game. So the developer and publisher is Intri Studio. Again, it looks like it's coming out in spring 2021. This is just a demo of it, but I'm definitely excited to give it a try. So why don't we hop on in and see what it's got going on. This is an electronic signal. You can control it. Pull the signal in the direction you need. You need to send a signal to this point. Light emitting diode, LED. It lights up when a signal or current flows through it. Okay, so you light up the LED. Easy enough. Well, so we can just drag it all the way there, right? Okay, easy enough. Some tracks are wrong. Look for a right way. I don't know what the switch does. So where is our exit? Looks like our exit is down here. No, our exit is right here. Okay. So it looks like, can we just go straight through what I'm assuming are resistors? But we can't go downwards there. Okay, so we can't go straight through the resistors like that. If we switch, can we go down? No. Alright, so this is one where you kind of want to work backwards a little bit. So you obviously don't go up to that LED. You need to come through this resistor, which means we travel through this LED. So we go up through there. Ooh, what is this? Oh, you can kind of like click where you want it to. Okay, that's kind of interesting. All right, so take me back to here. And then why don't we start kind of cranking our way up this direction? So we can go down through here and up, through and down. Then we can go down here. That's a dead end. Okay, so this is like not just a puzzle game, but kind of a maze as well. I find very interesting. I did always enjoy mazes as a kid. Okay, so that's not quite the right path. Okay, so you can't drag it through an LED. Okay, so what happens if we take the bottom path? You just kind of go up through all of this and then over. Got it. Okay, so it really wasn't that hard. I made it a lot harder than it needed to be. Okay, so our exit is over here, and we need to go this direction, through here, up through there, down this direction, and so it looks like we just go like this. So I do want to see it become more puzzly and less of just a maze though. Because while mazes are fun, it literally, like at the moment, is just work backwards. So this seems to be a little bit more complex. So still don't know what that switch does. That button does that. Don't know what that necessarily does right now. But at the moment, it looks like we just go along this path. Okay, so we have to switch in order to go through. Okay, that's fair. Then you go through that switch that one on, and then you're good to go. So I want to know what those yellow pathways actually do. So work backwards. You go through that switch. It looks like this is... Actually, like, if we know we're going through switches, you might as well click them while you go, or before you go, while we're doing our work backwards portion of it. But again, like, just solving mazes isn't super interesting. I thought there was more crunch to the mechanics of the game. So just continue working backwards for now until it introduces more mechanics. I'm just tracing backwards from the end. That's going to be apparently kind of a lengthy thing. I'm assuming we are passing like through those switches, I guess. So then you just kind of follow the thing. So like from an educational standpoint, I definitely see value in like teaching about, you know, electronic signals and LEDs and currents and resistors and switches and all that kind of good stuff. But again, I kind of was expecting a little bit more. Okay, so these are gates of some kind, I believe. Those are and nor zor gates. I don't remember exactly how those work. So tracing backwards, we got a switch there. Okay, so this looks like the first interesting mechanical addition. So this is kind of just a switch. Which path connects to which path? So let's first see. It looks like we have to connect it to that path once we're maybe inside the... I don't even necessarily know what this is. And so the thing is, you know, it is a demo for a game that comes out in a year from now. So I guess like you can't necessarily expect a ton from it. But I do wish that the tutorial introduced some more of these more complex mechanics like this one. So my assumption is you're going to enter this side, you're going to flip it to exit that side, but we could potentially just trace back this direction. I think that's probably the more likely case. Can we exit? No. Okay, so I am understanding it correctly. We can go up through this resistor into that switch. Is not what we want. So we actually want to keep going back down this way. So why don't we... Because now that there's enough other paths, I'm definitely getting lost a little bit. So now that we're here, we should be able to switch. Yeah, okay. So I was pretty much right on that initially. So I forget exactly how we traced backwards from here. So we went through that switch. We're going to go through that one. So we can actually go up here into this switch, jump across into this switch, and then we're there. Okay. Now you're starting to pique my interest a little bit more. And I don't know what these are. Maybe these are transistors. I also realize that maybe the camera's been covering up things a little bit, but you're seeing the meat of the game. Maybe these are transistors. And again, like, I'm not an electrical engineer. I don't necessarily know all the right names for these things. You know, I do know what a resistor is. I know what I thought I knew what a transistor is. I know capacitors are small cylindrical things, and I know that because of all the motherboards where the capacitor has exploded on me when I was younger. The K7S5A. I will always remember that model number because we bought so many of those motherboards. So this one looks like you got a lot more switching going on. So that ends up being a dead end. You're going to come around this way. You got a big loop there. You got a switch that you're going to have to go through to get anywhere. And so this is going to be the fundamental switch we need to end up at. So it looks like we can switch. Nope, hold on. There we go. Switch up that direction. Switch that direction. Switch that direction. Nope, hold on. Add that backwards. We go through that switch. And again, like, Might be a transistor, might not be. I'm not positive on the terminology here. So then I think we go through here, we go through that switch, and then we can just go to that node. Okay, I'm trying to do the clicking instead of the clicking and dragging just to kind of experiment with it, but the clicking and dragging definitely just works better. All right, so far, no new mechanics introduced in this particular stage. So again, just like start by working backwards. Can you go through that resistor to get there? I think that you have to exit that way. You would go through that switch, They're going through, I'm gonna call it a transistor, but I could be wrong. So you wanna try to come in from this direction. Nope, you are not coming in from that direction. You're coming in from here. Go through that switch, that switch, you're coming in through this transistor. And if these aren't transistors, definitely let me know in the comments that I'm just a fool, but I'm going to call them transistors for now. Looks like you might come in through this way. All right, you know what? At this point, just send me. That's definitely enough messing around with it. So let's just start sending it and see where we end up at. Because I think that's more what this game is supposed to be, is just kind of experiment with the directions that you need to go and just find your way there. Because it's definitely much more difficult than it was at first from a you can't just simply go backwards perspective. I actually think on this one, we need to go that direction. Yeah, because that's a switch that we already had turned on. I think we're getting close to figuring this one out. Although I think maybe we're going backwards. I think we're going backwards. Maybe not. No. We got it. Okay. I'm starting to get into it. All right, now these are batteries. These appear to be one-ways. Maybe these are capacitors. Because these are cylindrical, so I think maybe these are transistors and these are capacitors. I'm gonna call them that. Again, call me out in the comments if I'm wrong, but I'm gonna start calling these capacitors. So let's look at where we're coming in from. So my assumption is that these are one way, and it does look like we cannot go down through these. So if that's the case, that's a one-way exit. So we're gonna be coming in from this switch. We can't go through that capacitor, so we're coming in from this direction. And that's going to be on, going in from that direction. So we need to end up at this transistor. And because there's two paths that lead there, that's the point at which I'm like, just send it. We've got a switch. We're going through this way. We could go downwards, and it looks like that'll get us into the transistor, where we can now switch over this way and then just follow the path that we have set out for ourselves. Okay, adding that into the mix, definitely another interesting wrinkle. All right, so that capacitor is pointing that way, so we're coming in from this direction. We're going to come in from that switch, that resistor, coming around this way. Oh, hold on. Oh, we're coming in from this path. That switch we don't need to worry about. We can actually go through that capacitor. Looks like the correct way through that switch. I think I already went on that path. Okay. So we have a couple different ways we can go, but it looks like it inevitably ends up going this way. Why don't we go through this switch? Nope, that's a dead end. Okay, so I would say this is more of a maze game than a puzzle game, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It does just mean that if you're not into maze games, then maybe this isn't the game for you. But I do think that, like, this is the type of game that kind of late at night, I'm just like, give me something simple and straightforward. You know, I've started doing... Okay, so we're kind of back where we started. Like, I've started doing pit cross games to kind of fill that void. And I quite like it. Hold on, I don't think... No, we have gone this direction. Never mind. Ignore me. Actually go this direction. Okay, so we can't go to the right here. We're definitely going up and through. And then now we can go this path. I have to go through this capacitor this direction. Then we can go up here. Nope, because that's a resistor. Okay. And then we're back at this loop back around. That leads us on a path we've already been. Hold on, we can take that capacitor jump. Nope, we've already been there. All right. Now it's really starting to feel more maze-like. So at this point, you know, you probably already know whether or not you like the game, because it's a maze game and you've got different things that control how you can maneuver through the maze. I think we actually missed this path all along. And this may be the path that we've been looking for. We can go through that transistor. Let's see if we can get there. I want to go down through that switch. You cannot go down through that switch. And if we go up onto this path, we've been there before. So we actually have to go back now. We want to make it back over there. So we go this way, we go this way. Okay, and then we go up through the switch. Then down through this capacitor. So why don't we go into the transistor and then jump... We can't go that direction, but we can do this. Which I think... No, because that's going to send us up on the line we've already been on. Oh, we go through the switch here. Up through that resistor, down through that capacitor, up through that. Oh, no, it led back where we were. Okay, I see. Hold on. We need to go through these switches. Okay, I think we're already back to... We gotta go back down this path. Okay, let's work backwards again. We need to end up coming through this resistor, which means we need to be coming in through here. Comes in from this route, which can either be coming in... You know what? No, never mind. If we were already there, we would have already gotten there. So this loops back around on itself. All right, this is what happens in every puzzle game with every human being, is you get to that first puzzle where you're just a little bit stumped. Okay, follow it backwards. Up through there, down through this switch, through that switch, through that resistor. This capacitor feeds you that way. You have to go through this little branch. That capacitor feeds you that way. There's your resistor. You could jump that switch right there, which I think is the right answer. We have to jump this switch from here, which I think we've been on this route before. Okay, just get back to the transistor. We can go up this path. Okay, I've got it. I got it figured out. So we go back this way, we go up here, we go through this switch, bring ourselves around, get to the transistor, go up here, jump through this switch, and now we're on the right path. You don't go up. I think the problem is we went up last time. No. And we go through this switch. Apparently isn't on right now. We got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Oh. See, I'm actually a big fan of mazes, and so I know I was kind of complaining a little bit in the beginning, but now I'm starting to get hooked. I'm starting to see that it gets to a point where there's enough things going on that you can't just be like, all right, I'll just trace backwards from the SATA cable. I mean, this is a SATA cable going onto a board. SATA in, SATA out. SATA, whatever you want to call it. Because, like, Sure, let's start tracing backwards, and I can already tell you right here, we've got a junction. We've got a junction that close to the end, which might mean that there's multiple ways to get there, but more than likely it means that you got a complicated path to figure out. So I think this is where you just start sending it and you start experimenting and seeing, okay, how close can I get? So let's just send it through here. We could go this way and up, which seems interesting. There's a lot of diverging paths now. All right, this I think sends us back a way that we've already been. Okay. Up this direction. What if we go through here underneath those switches and then we bump up through here? Nope. That doesn't get you anywhere. Okay. And we already you can't go right there. Okay. So we have successfully made the same loop multiple times now. So why don't we go back to the beginning and look at these paths a little bit more? Because ultimately, we don't want to loop back around here. So we're going to have to choose one of these 5 paths. Just kind of glancing at it, I kind of want to take the bottom path. I think that might lead us somewhere useful. So give me an on that switch. Nope, that's a dead end. You can, well, hold on. No. What if you then go back through that switch? Oh, hold on, never mind. That's where we came in at. So now we could go through this switch, which we may have already gone away. Nope, this seems okay. We go under there, and now, okay, I think we've been on this path before. Okay. We've been here before. All right, so loop me back around to the beginning. So where did we go? We went through that resistor, through that switch, and we looped back around. We can't go up that way. Okay, so ignore that capacitor. What about capacitor 4? This gets you to a switch that leads you to this junction that gets you. You know what? I see a transistor. I'm like, let's go to the transistor and see what happens. So why don't we go through number 4 here? Follow this all the way up to the switch and go through the switch to that node. And so we could either go up. Where does up lead? Looks like it just it leads you back around to the beginning. So I think we're going to the transistor here. So first we need to jump to the middle. And then that would lead you back to the beginning. I already know that route, so we need to go this way. That leads you into a new switch that we haven't been in yet, which leads you to a new switch to a transistor. Okay. Which I'm going to venture to guess that we want to go up, because this leads you back there, which leads you onto the same path we've already been. Okay. So we go up here, go through this switch, and then we're into another transistor. So we jump on this path, we head up, and then we can go to the right. Nope, it's going to feed us back this way. Okay, so we don't want to go on that path. We want to go up. Go through the switch, go through here, and then we do not want to go up this way. No. No, I almost messed it up. Okay, go through this switch, capacitor, and then we can go to the right through the resistor. Okay, and then this is our fork. We're there. Oh, baby. We beat the last circuit's time as well. Okay, hold on. You've added something else new. So this is... What do you do here? Okay, I'm trying to drag the light. I do not know what you want from me here. Hold on. Can we figure... Honestly, I was about to say this is a good place to stop, but they just threw a new mechanic at us, and there's no tutorial. We have to figure out A, what this is, and B, what to do with it. I'm trying to drag to one of the other or what I would imagine is an output slot, and it's not working. It is lighting it up. Okay, is there anything else on the board that might do something? Well, what if we mess with these switches a little bit? Does it need... Oh, you know what? I bet it needs to be powered from another side. Oh, baby. Okay. This just sold me on the game. Now you've got a chunky mechanic where you need to run another electrical circuit, or you need to run more electricity into this. It has to be connected at two sides. So like here, now we need to figure out how do we, I mean, this one is kind of easy. You just feed it through the switches until it gets there, and then you can go. Okay, we'll complete this level. That's where I'll call it, but now I'm sold. This is definitely my type of puzzle game. And it has now proved itself puzzly instead of just a simple maze game. There's a lot more to this than just some mazes. I think that I've already kind of borked it a little bit. I cannot go right or left. Okay. Well, then take me through this switch. And go back down this way. Now do we turn this switch off so we can go down? Hold on, maybe we need to feed some electrical feed this direction. We would have to send it this way. And then I don't know that that's possible. Oh, hold on. What if we send it that way? Okay. That's going up to that one. Can we feed something that direction? It doesn't look like we can. So that's an electrical source. We feed it into that one, feed it that way. Okay, this just got cranked up to 11. I'm not just lost, I'm like mind flooded now. Okay, so first let's work backwards. And it looked, honestly, this is a lot crazier than I would have expected. So we need to end by going this direction. Okay, so we actually had it and I'm just bad. You go up this way. Okay, yeah, then you go down this way and now you need to power this one. Okay, so flip your transistor, jump through that. And then this one we need to power. So we gotta... Where are we gonna push the current from? Where's our current source for this one? Maybe we're just pushing it from here. Push it there. Yep, there we go. Now we're across. And so now we have to go through this little maze section. Which I think this one's going to be reasonably linear. Oh, it's still kind of a pick your path. Nope, this is where we want to go. I kind of glanced ahead. You get back up to here, and then now feed some current back into this one. So you flip that way, you got current going into it, and then ladies and gentlemen, oh baby, okay, all right, I'm on board with this. And looking at this one, I can tell you got transistors and capacitors all over the place. I don't know what this is. Maybe that's a capacitor, I don't know. I want to learn what these different components are so I can call them by the correct name, but having to feed more electricity into the rest of the circuit in order to move across, that is just excellent. I want more to this tutorial, but honestly, like, there's already a lot of puzzles in this demo. So this is R.E.E.L, R-E.E.L, what was the actual full name of it? Reverse Engineering Electronics Laboratory. Let's just go back to the main menu. That'll be an easy way to double check it. Reverse Engineering Electronic Laboratory. It started off looking like a simple maze game and turned into the most fun implementation of a maze-styled puzzle game I've ever seen. This is so far looking incredible, definitely going on my wish list. Go check it out on Steam. I got a link in the description below. Add it to your wish list so that you don't forget about it, because it's coming out officially about a year from now. You can download this demo right now and check it out for yourself. Looks like a lot of fun. I'm excited to play this game more in the future, but for now, that's going to do it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, the single best thing that you can do to support the channel is by clicking the like button. That helps this video get slurped up by the YouTube algorithm and get fed to a bunch more people out there so that our channel and community can grow. In addition, subscribe to this channel so you can see more content like this in the future, doing some cool stuff all the time, top 10 lists, let's plays, all that kind of cool stuff. In addition, check out twitch.tv/Runt9plays 5 days a week, Wednesday through Sunday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time for all sorts of fun games. And discord.runt9plays.com is the community Discord server where you can come hang out with the rest of the fans of the channel. But until the next episode, I'm Runt9, and I'll see you later.